let's get let's get to what the fuck we're here for.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today to talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Late to the
Woo!
game.
What?
I said late to the game as usual.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Um,
yes, we've done this.
let, yeah, let's kick it off by telling them first of all we've already recorded this
Yeah,
once before,
we've already done this.
and it was a catastrophe because we hadn't really done anything like formulated in a while, so we were rusty, and we just talked in circles, and then we did our 9 through 1, and we couldn't remember which one was which, and the years that they came out and all that. So it was just a horrible mess. So we're here again, getting it right for you, the one listener, Moldy Potato.
Yes. So let's start it off. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 Netflix special. All right.
Okay.
What's the
I
show
think
stealer? What's the show stealer of this movie? You have to have one.
I think that the show stealer has gotta be I think it's gotta be Leatherface's awkwardness. Not Leatherface himself so much,
Okay.
but I mean, when you put him up against all the other characters in the show or in
Mm-hmm.
the movie,
Mm-hmm.
he's the show stealer. But his awkwardness, as like before he puts the mask on,
Yeah.
like just the just his like lingering like awkwardness. I think that they did a good job with directing him as far as that is concerned.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, that's all.
Just the way Leatherface presents himself.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
basically, yeah.
Word. I'm going to straight special effects in this. The makeup. There is some CGI things in there. You can tell, but I think the makeup looks okay. I'm not a fan of the mask. I'll get more
Hmm.
in that during breaking, but I gallons of blood. No boobies. What's with
Yeah,
that? Uh,
yeah.
but gallons of blood. Um, Good prosthetics on some of the characters. Not a fan of the mask. A
Hmm.
for effort, but yeah, I'm gonna go with special effects. Okay, let's go to Showbreakers. Okay, you can pick two.
So
Oh,
you have,
if y'all don't know and stuff, I did not like this movie. I'm not a big
yeah. I was gonna
fan.
say, before we jumped into it, when we started this original recording, I said I enjoyed it, and then by the end of it, after Jerry picked it the fuck apart, I was like, "All right, you know what? I don't like it either."
And
You
that's
make it
how
look,
she ate the apple, ladies and gentlemen. Okay?
yeah,
Because that snake just sat there and was like, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 was not that good. And she was like, I don't know. It's okay. Okay. So
uh,
pick
so
two.
for Showbreaker, I'm going to put the old lady,
Okay.
uh, the supposed returning character.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Sally Hardestein character, or Hardestein, whatever. I don't know. The fucking Jamie Lee Curtis wannabe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. So that, and then also my other Showbreaker is the fact that they did this at all.
Yes. Yes. I feel like it was made for money.
Yeah,
Um,
there was a lot of love put into this.
no. You can even tell that with like, if I would have told you what this movie was, like if I never told you what it was, you started it in the middle, would you know that was Texas?
Well, no, I wouldn't know that that was the state of Texas for sure.
Yeah.
And I probably wouldn't recognize it. Like, had I never seen any other Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I would still know that this was a piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
This was a straight to Tubi ass movie.
Yes,
So,
yeah. Uh, I I will definitely go in that where the shooting location where they
mhm.
decided to just stay on that like back lot because it looked like a back lot where you
Yeah,
have buildings on this side, you have buildings on this side. It's one square street, and
it's
most of the movie is filmed there.
it's literally the town from House of Wax.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then they say,
Just
oh, it's abandoned, and you know,
yeah, standard ghost town.
yeah. Okay, my Showbreakers though. All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the mask. I did not
Mm,
like it. It did not
okay.
look like skin. It looked like a Halloween mask that had been left in the back of a car for a little too long. It just didn't.
Mm.
It didn't have that feeling and that appearance like some of the original movie mask felt like skin. You know.
Okay,
Um.
I'm gonna devil's advocate with that one right there.
Okay.
If you look at all the Leatherface never wore the same mask twice,
Yes.
and every mask that he wore just continuously got worse and worse and worse until the remakes in the 2000s they tried to make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the mask, yes, it made him look like he had Down syndrome. Yeah, when he held it up to the sun, yes, it looked like a fruit roll up, but you know that that wasn't the biggest deal to me. It
yeah.
was discouraging, but it wasn't the biggest deal. I could move past it.
Yeah. The first movie looks like that's actual like cured skin, like cured
It
human
looked,
skin. Everything
yeah, it looks like
after,
a raw.
yeah, looks like rawhide. But everything after looks like a production unit designed mask, Halloween mask feel. Like it just doesn't. It looks too thick on their face to be like what 9 layers of epidermal. You know, that's it. That's it would be like I feel like there would be like some kind of translucent like when you would take the flashlight and kind of stick it up your nose and it would glow through,
Mm.
you know? I mean if you drain all that blood out of your face, I guarantee there's going to be like a little transparency there, which that's what it makes me feel. All right, I'm going to go on a rant. But all right, so I'm going to go with the mask and
Hmm.
I'm going to go with um just like we said, this was a carbon copy. Let me copy your homework from Halloween Kills, Halloween 2018. We need Sally Hardesty here because they had Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween. And it felt like
Hmm.
a second idea, you know, where it was like, oh, we brought this character back. And then she did fucking nothing, and it just felt weak, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
So
I completely agree.
now that it just broke me. I could go a lot further with it, but I'm not going to because we're going to notable effects.
So, notable effects. I thought that there were some decent effects in this movie. I don't
Yeah.
know if they were practical or digital, but they felt good. They looked good. Definitely.
Nope.
Uh,
Hold on. Say that sentence again.
all right. Definitely the killing,
Mm-hmm.
the uh, the effects on the killing, the smashing the head, the
Yeah.
chainsaw, gut, um, just butt fucking people with chainsaw
Yeah. Oh my God. They're like,
or
yeah.
tap, tap, whichever one it was.
The I think I like I said with my show maker or show stealer or whatever, the effects are good when you can't tell the difference between practical and digital, or like you can say maybe that was touched up digitally, but
Mm.
it does look like there is something glued to that guy's face or there is
Yeah,
something, then that's okay. you know.
Hmm.
So yeah, I would say, the effects are notable.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they did a good job or
yeah,
a decent job. They tried at that part.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
They said, "Fuck the storyline. Let's just try at practical effects."
Yeah, yeah. Are there any notable? I mean, cinema wows.
That 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 would have to be the chainsaw uppercut.
Yeah, that or like just I don't know. There were some like I'm gonna go on a negative side with it because they only had like two or three shooting locations, and it
Hmm.
looked like backlots, and it's like this is lazy. It cannot cost an arm and a leg to shoot in Texas,
Yeah.
but it's hot. you know. So better luck next time, guys. Any quotable line? You got a quotable line there?
Not a goddamn one.
No, I'm gonna.
Give a shit about the dialogue whatsoever.
Yeah, the dialogue is forgettable in this movie.
But there was one quotable line, and it's gonna cause some controversy, but I thought it was fucking hilarious. The old lady when they're trying to take her house from her, the guy and the girl are sitting in there, and the old lady goes, "Oh, this ain't about the color of your skin. I've taken care of plenty, little Negro boy." That shit, like, I died laughing. I was like, I can't even believe they did that. Like, I
Yeah.
can't. I like. Why would you even like?
Well,
Especially when these characters are already shown to be like super progressive,
yeah,
super like, like woke, forward thinking, which is great, but also why would you counteract that? Like, I think that they made the redneck in the garage the perfect counteraction to that.
yeah.
Like, he wasn't racist, but he wasn't not racist.
No.
You know, like he skirted that line really, really well. Um, but yeah, I busted out laughing. I was like, "What the fuck? Like, why would they even do that? Like, why would they even say that?" So,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, um, this was a like Leatherface attacks wokeness, kind
hmm,
of like they're the ones, because they're coming into rural Texas, and we don't have self-driving cars around here. It's
yeah.
like, oh,
Also, if
okay.
that place is a ghost town, how did the fucking Tesla drive itself out of there? There's no GPS or anything like signals out there. There's no phone towers.
Nah,
And also, fuck that stupid movie because they totally had the opportunity to put a badass sheriff just like R.E. Emery,
hmm,
and they didn't do it.
yeah.
Like the perfect opportunity, but this fucking sheriff was just cool shit. And he was like, "All right, kids, have a good time. You're
Yeah.
gonna die."
Yep. They had a sheriff that was scheduled for a 4-hour shoot, and he stood there for 4 hours. And he said his lines, and then he was skinned before we knew it. Before we even knew his name,
Yeah,
too. I don't remember the sheriff's name, but this is just a couple more links. Just who made this? Why? You don't need this. All you need is victims and chainsaws.
yeah, exactly.
Yep. That one moment. You got a one moment.
It's still gonna be the cool. It was like straight out of fucking Mortal Kombat.
The
Like,
chainsaw kill.
yeah, the chainsaw uppercut.
Okay.
Like, is straight up Mortal Kombat shit. It
Yeah.
looked cool. It was shot cool. You see him just kind of teeter over into the water, all very dramatic. Like, that was probably my favorite part of the whole movie. They could have saved themselves a lot of money by just going, here, watch this.
Yeah.
And
Just
it'd
have
be
that one. That
yeah,
one.
just second clip of that, and then be like, all right,
I'll I'll do the bus scene. I mean, once more, it's gruesome. He puts a chainsaw through a guy's pelvis and then like performs sexual motions towards a woman, where it's just like Okay, there is no one at the there. There is no one driving this fucking bus. Not
Yeah.
in the movie. I'm just talking about in the movie. There's just no one there. You know.
Yep.
Um. So the bus scene for me, chainsaw uppercut for you. Was there even a score or soundtrack that we need to talk about?
No,
No.
there's nothing.
Yeah. There's nothing. There's no score or soundtrack. Meat and potatoes.
It's all potatoes.
Nah.
No, actually, it's a lot of meat in the movie, but they taste like potatoes. Like
Yeah.
I didn't really like. There was, what do you got? The bus scene, him beating the shit out of that dude with the sledgehammer, and then like the end fight with the chainsaw. That's it. Like that's the movie to me.
Yeah.
Those
It's it's instant potatoes with
uh,
what is it called?
uh,
Oh.
uh, uh, I had a sneeze, but it went away.
Oh, it's instant potatoes with like Wonder Meat.
Yeah,
You know, like oh my god, I can't believe it tastes like meat. You know, kind of. Nope.
it mashed potatoes with fucking steak sauce on it.
Yeah, like oh, I think I taste meat. You know.
Love that more than I love this movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, money's worth. How
I
much?
mean,
How
it
often do you watch Netflix?
not enough to justify 17.99 for that or
Yeah.
whatever. Now,
Yeah, if you don't have Netflix and you're like, I was thinking about getting it for the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, spend your
save your
money on something else.
yeah, buy a collector's edition of the original.
Yeah. Got to wrap up. You got anything else you want to add to the bottom of this?
No, I hate it.
I just did not like this one. Um, it just it felt cheap. It
Mhm.
felt rushed, even though it was filmed before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know it's on Netflix is because they tried to shop it around to studios and nobody wanted this piece of shit. So they just sold it to Netflix because Netflix is like, yeah, we'll buy it. Cool.
Mm.
$3.50, right? So, yeah. Um, I'm not starring this. I'm not going to star it. You,
I mean, I'll give it a 1 star.
you give it a
No,
one.
I'll give it two just because I've seen Lamageddon and
And those are
Suburban.
masterpieces compared to this. At least you remember it. I guarantee next year at this time, I'm going to be like, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Leatherface? No.
Yeah.
You got
Um,
it, cuz? No, not that one.
I love, yeah, no,